Okay, I'm going to be changing the thermostat on my 1999 GMC 2500. So, yeah, we'll be changing that thing right there. That's where the thermostat's at. So, yep, for those of you who might be a little curious. So, I already had sprayed some WD-40 on here to loosen it up earlier. So a little bit more there. Okay, so we established 9/16 is what we'll need for these two bolts here. So for this one here, probably going to need a deep socket. As you can see, the bolts a lot longer than this bolt here. It's kind of short and stubby. This one back here is a little bit more longer. So yeah, and grab myself a deep socket, basically one of these. I'll put the right size on there and then get ratcheting that out. Okay, so I didn't have a 9/16 deep socket hub or my high impact. I had one, and when I went to go put this on, clearly this is 13 millimeter, I guess. Not the same size as that 9/16 up in front, but nonetheless it works. And so we got it working. I guess that's all that counts. I'm gonna go ahead and get it out. What I need to do, change over to a bigger wrench here to fit this high impact. Okay, got that pretty much loosened up there. Go ahead and unscrew this and pull that right out of there. That one obviously sinks in the inside, whereas this one here, the screw only comes off, and you don't want to do that and drop that in there. So when you drop something, it's good to have one of these little magnetic dealies. Okay, so at this stage, go ahead and take off the sensor wire. Excuse the loud train behind us. But so yeah, both bolts are out. Oh, I made a mistake and meant to use that deep socket for this one too as well. So that was just a retaining screw for that sensor wire right there. So get on this. Yeah, that one's going to take a minute too, you know, that long distance you got to go to get the bolt off. So far up to this point, you know, I'm only about 7 minutes into this, so we see pretty quick, easy project most of the time. So pretty much at this point, should be able to just unscrew it, pull it the rest of the way out. There we go. So, as you can see here, both bolts are out. And next is to go ahead and lift the housing right here off. A lot of times it's secured, you know, by the sealant that they put on there for the gasket. So, you know, go ahead and pull that up. You know, and sometimes you just got to wedge something in there just a little bit just to kind of lift it to get it started. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go from here. So. And it came up pretty easy too, so and just kind of set this off to the side. You got a little bit of drip, but you don't got to worry about nothing flushing out because of the way your radiator is. And so I'll put that back there for now. And then there's our thermostat. So yeah, you just basically kind of move it around to get it. Okay, so like I was saying, you could use like a standard screwdriver and kind of just grab it on the little lip here, and it'll generally just pop right up and loosen up, like so. Pull that right out of there. Down the inside, looks pretty clear. But yeah, so that'd be the old thermostat. And go ahead and reach over and grab the other one here. So yeah. See if this one has the seal on it already. Yep. So this black ring that's around there, the seal. I'll make the comparison between the two. This one looks like it has a different type of seal on it than this one. This one was supposed to be the premium one, so maybe that's why it looks a little different than the other one. You do comparison side by side though. Huh? Yeah, let's check it and see. Yeah, this also goes down with the spring. So go ahead and pop that in there. Make sure it seats down. Yep. Yeah, it's seated. It seats good in there. You're gonna have that little springiness, and that's what you want, you know, because obviously that's what's making it, work. The other one of mine was stuck down, and that's what was actually causing the overheating and all that stuff. So I'll go ahead and get putting this back here on the top. Typically there's a gasket in here. I'm surprised I didn't see one. That seals this pretty tight. But I take it that obviously this is the way that it came. So the seal in itself that's on the thermostat, that black ring thing I was talking about, yeah, I think that's what takes care of that there. So, but again, like I said, pretty straightforward process. So. Holes are lining up pretty good. That's what we want. Go ahead and start putting the bolts back in. Okay. So yeah, pretty much hand tighten those in right now. I'm going to tighten those down with the wrench next. With the socket, I should say. Oops. I hope if I turn the socket to head the right way. Tighten it up a little. Switch back over to the other side. That's just to make sure that you get an even seal. You don't want to tighten down one side more than the other, and then there'd be some kind of wedge or makes the other side lift up. Then from there, obviously, gotta remember to put the sensor wire back on, like so. And then next would be basically putting the bolt back on, and it's pretty much the end product. It's, like I said again, it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, I switch back over to the 9/16 just to get that bolt to that wire back on there. And yeah, pretty good torque. You don't want to over torque it because you end up cracking this housing there, and yeah, that'll suck. It's a whole big problem. But yeah, all in all, everything's back in place. We'll go ahead and get ready to start this bad boy up. Make sure we check for any leaks or anything. I'm looking like the seal all sealed together here. You don't want to see any gaps or anything like that in between, because yeah, you'll be right back to overheating again. So let's see here. Yep. I think let's see. Turn some light on or something. Well, I think we got enough light, so I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, we do know everything's back on, so I'll go ahead and get this bad boy started up and see what happens. Oh yeah, and another note. Yeah, you probably want to top off your radiator. Grab some more antifreeze, you know, for any of the antifreeze that you might have lost along the way. I can't really see down there, but I already had added some when it when it overheated. You know, we have all had them problems. It overheated. Then you stop somewhere, pull over, gas station, whatever, grab a quick, jug of whatever and pour it in there and limp your way home until you can fix it. So yeah, with whatever is lost, I'll be able to go ahead and replace that back in here as well. So yeah, that's another thing just to remember. So, all right. Okay, so yeah, and another thing, just a quick footnote or something to remember is, want to make sure that your cap's on like super tight. It happens sometimes. People, will actually not put it on tight enough. Because that way, it doesn't cause a leak from there, or I should say, cause a leak from there. But you don't think that it's leaking from there, and then here it turns out to be your cap. Something simple. Also, check under your truck, car, whatever after you do it. Sure, nothing's leaking. Because sometimes hoses and stuff like that can burst along the line that you may not see because the antifreeze is so low that it's not leaking out of the hose until you start it. So you end up fixing that, starting it, everything's tight and so on, and you look underneath and all of a sudden, bam, you got leaks. So, find that kind of stuff out. I guess one other thing too is, tools. People forget. We'll leave tools, forget about that kind of stuff, and nothing like starting up your truck and hearing clang, 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 something flies into your fan or something like that. That would be tragic. So yeah, there's just a couple mental notes to check. So we're gonna go ahead and start it, come back over here, make sure there's no leaks, and we should be good to go. And then from there, okay, so we got her up, started. Looking around. More telling would be, again, we'll look under the vehicle. If there's a leak, you'll see it. The ground's all nice and clear. Don't see no green or orange antifreeze. So next is go ahead and check the gauge inside. And it looks like our temperature gauge is staying low, although it's only been running about a minute or so. We'll go ahead and take it for a test drive and I'll be able to really tell. But yeah, I'd say for the most part it's fixed. Like I said, Thermostat, 1999, GMC, two-wheel drive, thermostat replacement. Pretty quick job. I think the filming took longer than it would have took me just to do the job. Alright, well, I hope this video has helped. Okay, well, we're starting out. Okay, well, we're starting out our drive. Looking at the thermostat. For it to go up to the middle, it'll be about normal. Anything beyond that, then it's probably some issues. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna run a couple miles. Gotta run a quick errand. Check back. Okay, so we probably did a good 5-6 miles test drive. It looked like it was going up at first, but I think, as it seats itself or whatever the case may be. But anywho, about 5-6 miles, and thermostat's holding steady and normal. So no leaks, no nothing. Checked them while we were at Cubs, so all good. Again, if this video helped, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and all right, bye.